Happy Friday. I hope you are all doing well. It is the weekend. Yay! We have a great game of trivia for you tonight. It is all about 90s movies. I'm excited at Audrey Reed Couch. And while you're at it, don't forget to follow at the Q Trivia on all social media. But back to tonight, we've got $25 on the line. How do you win it? Here's how. There are going to be 12 questions in the game, and you're going to have 13 seconds to type in your answer. If you get the question right, of course, you're in the game and you're moving split that cash money. And to sweeten the deal, when you give your friends your referral code to sign up for the Q, both you and your friend get a free life to use on questions 1 through 11. So make sure to tell all your friends to sign up for the Q right after the show. So those are the rules. Let's play. $25, 12 questions. Bring on question number 1. For the first one, we want to know, what year was Forrest Gump released? So it is 90s movies, of course. So we know it's got to be 1990 something. And this is one of the biggest films of the 90s. So maybe you can remember what year it was released. It starred Tom Hanks as Forrest, and the iconic film was in the top grossing of that year. Are correct. It looks like we've got some Forrest Gump fans in the house. Let's keep moving. Bring on the next one for question number 2. It is true or false. Jim Carrey made The Truman Show before Dumb and Dumber. True or false? All right, you got a 50-50 chance here, Custers. So one of these was filmed in 1998 and the other one was in 1994. So there's a 4-year difference, but which one did Jim Carrey do first? Do you know it? It looks like a lot of you did know that it is false because The Truman Show was in 1998 and Dumb and Dumber was in 1994. Let's keep moving. Question number 3. We want to know which the 90s movies featured the Looney Tunes on its soundtrack. The soundtrack from the film was certified as double platinum within 2 months of being released. Eventually, in 2001, it was certified 6 times platinum. The song I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly was a massive hit and earned him 2 Grammy Awards. I know you all gotta know what movie I'm talking about. It's got the Looney Tunes and the pro basketball player Michael Jordan. If you haven't seen it, it's a great film. Put it on your list. But it looks like a lot of our Qsters knew that we are talking about Space Jam. All right, great job. We are on to question number 4. And for this one, we want to know how many people were killed in the 1996 film Scream? There are lots of Scream movies in the franchise, but we are talking specifically about the 1996 one, which is the one with Drew Barrymore. The killer in the movie is called Ghostface, for the reason being his mask looks like a ghost face. Pretty obvious. So there are several Scream movies, and there's even a TV show on MTV. But how many people were killed in the 1996 one? It looks like a lot of Qsters are still on the money, and you knew that there were 7 people that were killed in this Scream movie. Great job, everyone. You are doing great. Let's keep it rolling. Question number 5. Home Alone is set in what state? There are a couple Home Alones. Not all of them are set in the same state, but we're talking specifically about the first one. So keep that in mind. In the first Home Alone, Kevin's family leaves Kevin at their house. So where does Kevin's family live? Well, they're going to vacation in Paris, France. In Home Alone 2, Kevin is lost in New York. But what state is Kevin in the first film? Well, the McAllisters live in Illinois. Great job, Qsters. It looks like that tripped up some of you said New York, but that is the second one, and we were talking about the first one. So let's keep rolling. We are at the halfway point of the game. Question number 6. In Titanic, what is Jack's surname? Love it or hate it, you all know the movie. I'm sure you know Jack, Rose's love interest, but do you remember what his last name is? His last name could also be used as a first name. Maybe that helps ring a bell. If not, don't forget about those extra lives that you might have. Those can be super handy. So if you miss out on something, use a life to keep you in the game. But it looks like a lot of you are not familiar with his first name, but you're also familiar with his last name, and his last name is Dawson. Great job, Qsters. It looks like we still have a bunch of you left in the game as we move past the halfway point. We are moving on to question number 7, and we want to know, which band reworked the iconic theme tune for the first Mission Impossible? Okay, do you know Mission Impossible? Do you know the theme song? If so, which famous band redid the tune? I'll give you a hint. They are an Irish rock band, and their band name is very short. 1 letter and 1 number to be exact. By now, you Qsters have got to know what I'm referring to. Let's see how many of you are still in the running for that money. If you said U2, then you are correct and you are still in the game. Let's keep it moving. We are now at question number 8. We are getting so close to the end for this one. How many kids does Robin Williams have in Mrs. Doubtfire? I absolutely love this film. But honestly, is there a Robin Williams movie I don't love? I think no. And I especially love him in this film where he takes on a new persona, Mrs. Doubtfire, in order to spend more time with his kids. And how many kids does he have? Less than 5? More than 1? Is this a total guess or was this an easy one for you? Let's find out what the answer is, shall we? Robin Williams, aka Mrs. Doubtfire, had 3 children. And it looks like we have some Mrs. Doubtfire fans in the house. We are moving on to question number 9. For this one, what is the title of the movie within a movie in Scream 2? Another Scream question. So hopefully we've got some Scream fans in the house. This time we are talking about Scream 2, and it is multiple choice. So who remembers the scene in the movie that's at the movie theater? They are showing another horror film, and we want to know if you know what that name is of that film. It looks like a lot of you got this one right. The film is called Stab. Great job, Qsters. We are officially into double digits now. We are getting closer. For this one, which 1997 film stars Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich? All right, this film was a box office success and grossed over $224 million. It was nominated for 2 Oscars, Best Original Song and Best Sound, and they ended up losing both of those to Titanic. Still don't know what movie I'm talking about? Well, Dave Chappelle was also in this film, and at no surprise, he actually improvised most of his lines, which he confirmed on the Actors Studio in 2006. So it looks like the answers are locked in, and we are talking about the movie titled Con Air. Great job, Qsters. You are at the semifinal round. How many Qsters will take home that prize money? Let's quickly find out. For question number 11, what wine does Hannibal Lecter mention in his Silence of the Lambs hissing speech? So we are looking for a type of wine. And it is one of the most quoted lines in history. So definitely a line that should stick out to you if you have seen the film before. Warning, if you haven't seen the movie and you're thinking about watching it, it's pretty disturbing. So keep that in mind. You've been warned. And if you really don't know what the answer is, just pick a random wine and hope for the best. The line goes, I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. So the answer here is Chianti, and it looks like a lot of Qsters knew that one. Now we are at the final question of the night. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, for the last one. What item does Arnie request first in Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Motorcycle, clothes, or boots? So which one is it going to be? We made it to the final question, Qsters. Who's taking home that prize tonight? Ending it on multiple choice, so hopefully on a good note for most of you, and you're going to get this one right. All 3 of these are in his list of requests, but which one does he request first? It looks like we have some winners tonight because the answer here is clothes. Great job, Qsters. Congratulations. You are taking home your share of that cash. If you missed out, don't worry. We are back tonight again at 8:30 with Mark, so make sure you tune in. You're not going to want to miss it. I will be back on Monday, so until then, thank you so much for playing, and I hope you all have a great weekend.